Hi everyone. Today is August the 28th. My name is Anne-Marie Band and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. You can see we've spent 8 days in this range, and this range is compressing over the last few days. Now, I do believe it is a sell the rally event that we're now collapsing into, and I'm making that assumption because of the week's inability to break higher. Now, if we break higher than this line, it does mean that price action has a likelihood of building another all-time high. It hasn't yet, but we're sitting clearly in a space where it could go either way. And you can also tell that traders know this because of the 7 days or 8 days that we're sitting in this range. So what do we want to do? Well, it's a two-way tape, and that means a two-way market means, listen, you're going to buy the deep dips and you're going to sell the rallies. Now, my thought is to make it as strong as possible, you wait for it to get to the highest area with the most congestion. Where are we today? We're inside the close of the prior day's candle, and that means we're searching for value. We're searching for where the traders can all agree, hey, this is a fair price that I can start buying again. Right now, it's just in liquidation, right? Well, I don't want to say liquidation, right? They're distributing. They're moving the stock. They're moving the inventory out. Could it be that we hold the level at 56.20? I can't even see what that number is. 56.29. Yes, it could be. That might be a bounce zone. But the price action could also fade. So this is a really tough place to initiate a trade. My thought would be wait for the collapse. If you're thinking about going long, wait for the collapse into these areas. Watch the price action begin to hold and then take the position. 56.07. Still very likely. And if not 56.07, we really could go back to that 55.85 that we had several days past. All right? Now, from the Fibonacci perspective, yesterday working very, very well. Today also just shy of the 1.618, a very big range, right? And my suspicion is we're headed to the bottom of that range. Okay, what are the moving averages doing? Well, they're all sort of sitting in the same spot, a little bit up with a flat-ish VWAP. Okay, could they be coming in here at the point of control? Absolutely, they could. And so you could try along somewhere off of the bounce of that 56.35, but I still suspect that what we are doing in this case is the bounces are going to send us lower, and that might be the best thing for looking at the charts right now. Let's take a look at the corresponding SPY. Let's go to the daily. You can see price compression, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days of price compression sitting right here, but we're not breaking trend, right? We're breaking trend by time and not price. And so, yes, I still think we are in the sell the rallies. That is going to completely evaporate if we have a candle close for the day above 562. That is not going to be on the table anymore. But my suspicion is our bounces into the value area high at this 562.50 going to give us selling pressure into support at 557 or so. All right. Let's take a look at the NQ. The NQ daily chart looks a little bit weaker, right? We can see lower highs and lower lows, but also fairly choppy. Look, up day, down day, up day, down day, up day, down day, flat day, who knows? Okay, obviously waiting on something. This longer moving average, I have no idea which one it is, 30, it is sloping down just a wee bit, but it's mostly undulating, right? If we take a look at the weekly formations here, we can see we've got a lower high and a failure of that area, but a bounce right off of this negative traction here. So this low volume node sitting right around the 19,000 area could give us some pretty good traction for a long. Here, I still think the bounces will fade. That's just what it's looking like at this general juncture. Let me move some of these. That's the VWAP from several days past, and this is the low that this is the where we are for the open of yesterday. We are battling there right now. We've broken below. So my thought is the bounces are going to be sell zones, but if it holds the zone, you could easily take a long up into the heavy congestion area. If we go to our 1 hour formations, we can see that these fibs are holding fairly nicely. That's the range. And I put one on and then put another on and reversed it. So these are literally a 38.2 and a 61.8 of the range, bouncing right off of, that 61.8 retracement. It went right up to 1618, and the midnight candlestick is where we're sitting. Okay, so this midnight candlestick, supremely important. I believe it's because that's when settlement gets completely organized, and so the traders start moving off of it based on margin. We collapsed to the bottom of it. It coincided with a fib, and now we're moving back up and through it. Here's the thing. Look at the formation. See all these higher lows? Gives a bunch of it back, presents with a higher low. So this is a bounce formation that can take us all the way up to the VWAP of the entire range that we're watching. So you want to be very careful trying to position a short here, because it could absolutely shred you, right? Overall, we've got expanding volatility bands, but no real slope to those bands. So we could move up very far. We could move down very far. The thing is, look to where, and this is nice, the prior VWAP of the day has been positioned. You can see they're bouncing off of it, right? And so that's a great place for long action if you're thinking about rotating up. But once it gets through and around this midnight candle, you want to take some profit, okay? So you want to be super careful. It could go either way, right? Either way. The big picture is buy the dip. The small picture is coming into a fade and potentially a double top. Take a look at the cues. Again, a little bit weaker, holding the edge, moving this zone to the upside. We've got a fade, low volume node. My thought is, above the point of control, anywhere into these high highs is a great cheap short. The problem is you don't just want to go out and go, hey, I'm going to short up there. It's collapsing into the 1 minute and saying, let me see if I can find a formation that's giving me a topping, a failed retest, a look above and fail on a 15 or 30 minute time frame, and then you've got yourself a short. Right now, the buyers are trying to come in and hold the zone, but I do see 471 and very heavy congestion around this zone at 465. Another midpoint number that traders like to use. Let's take a look at the YM. YM has been the strongest of the bunch. Still looking like it's trending. I am thinking this has to do with, the dollar having all that weakness, but the dollar's about to bounce. And so this, to me, should be a topping formation. Have a look. Daily double top action. Why not? Well, the why not is if this does not give us a brand new low today, it's telling us we've come in to that framework of old resistance, new support, and we're trying to head higher. Notice the slope of the hull still says buy the dip. It still says buy the dip. So the YM is telling us something just a bit different than all the others. Extension up into this area and a day close above 41,500, then we're off to new highs. It's just as simple as that. The market is waiting for information before they start moving again. Volume's been very tepid, and that is something to keep an eye on. So if we take a look at our Fibonacci's, first hour of trading, very noisy price action, and look at where we just came into. Just tested that first hour of trading and bounced. Now, the question is, what are we bouncing to? And we're sitting right here at the point of control. VWAP is way down here. And so my suspicion in this early morning formation is that our bounces are sell zones. Now, would I like to get a double top? Yes, I would very much. But we'll take what we can get. If you're saying to yourself, well, could I take a long up into this area since we're looking for a double top? You can, but your risk is very much wider, I think. From here at 303 to 330, well, that's not too bad. 40 points of risk, you know, that's not too bad. $200. So you could do that. I would prefer to wait for the ideal entry event and then continue downward in the formation. So that's definitely what I am looking for. I am looking for the deep dips that give me the opportunity to buy, and the big spikes that give me the opportunity to sell, and I'm just going to try and stay out of the middle. All right. So that's it. Not going to cover oil or any of the other things. I did have a midday report scheduled, but I have a daughter with appendicitis getting ready to go into surgery, and so we are going to play that one by ear. We'll figure out what's going on, and I'll keep you all posted. In the meantime, stay alert. Don't size up in this kind of choppy market, right? It's just not wise to do it. And once it squares away and all the stars align, we'll be back in business. But for right now, the market is clearly in a wait state. Take care.